Hello students, today we are learning to divide when there is a decimal in our dividend. Of course, the dividend is the amount that is being split up. So we're going to review quickly with a problem that doesn't have a decimal, and then I will show you just how simple it is to repeat the process with a decimal. So let's start with 225 divided by 15. I need to make a tic-tac-toe chart for 15. So we've got 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, and finally 135. Okay, so we're going to start just like normal. We're going to start by dividing. We're going to look over at our tic-tac-toe chart and what's closest to 2 without going over. Well, there's not anything, so immediately we're going to underline two numbers together. Then we're going to look for 22 on our chart, or at least what's closest without going over. And that's going to be 15. So I'm going to put a 1 here and a 15 here because 15 is in the times 1 spot here. Okay, let's subtract. 2 minus 5. Can't do that. So we're going to have to borrow. And the 2 becomes a 1. And the 2 in the tens place becomes a 1. And the 2 in the ones place becomes a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. I'm going to bring down the 5. So I have divided by putting the 1, multiplied by putting the 15, subtracted by getting the 7, and then I brought down the 5. Now I'm not done because there was something to bring down. I need to start all over. This time I'm going to look for 75 on my chart, and I'm going to find it. So, of course, it's right there in the middle, which means I need a 5 at the top. I'm going to put my 75 down here. I've divided and multiplied again. I'm going to subtract. I get 0. There's nothing to bring down, so I am done. So it's that easy. But let me show you what would have happened if there had been a decimal in the dividend. Let's pretend there had been a decimal right here. Okay, so we put a decimal right there. Let's pretend like we're buying something. It costs $2.25, but it's a package of something that has 15 in it. All you do is bring the decimal straight up. Now, this only works if you have made sure that you have lined up your numbers correctly. Above the 2, I should have one number. Above the second 2, I should have only one number. And above the 5, I should have only one number. If you scooch those over together or don't have them lined up properly, when you bring up the decimal, you will get a wrong answer. So it's very important that we get them lined up. Let me pause the video if I can. I don't know that I can. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new problem. And I want to show you a trick that can help us with that lining up that might help you. I'm not saying you have to do this, but it would help if you have trouble lining things up. Ooh, you know what? Wish I hadn't done that. We would needed that 15 tic-tac-toe again. But oh well, here we go. All right, so we're going to go with 240 divided by 15. And we're going to pretend there's a decimal right here. All right, so we had 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135. Okay, we're going to ignore the decimal in the beginning, and then we're going to make sure above each number we put a box. That way we're limited to putting one number in each box, and we will make sure we are lined up correctly in the end. Okay, let's go through our steps again. 15. If I look for a 2 on the tic-tac-toe chart, it's not there, so I need to look at 24. The closest is still 15. I can't do 4 minus 5. I am going to have to borrow. That's going to give me 9, and then I'm going to bring down. So I divided by putting the 1, multiplied by putting the 15, subtracted to get the 9, and then I brought down the 0. Now I'm back to my tic-tac-toe chart since I had something to bring down, and I'm looking for 90. It's there. It's in the times 6 spot, so I'm going to put a 6 up top, a 90 at the bottom, and when I divide, I get a 0. Now, I just need to bring my decimal straight up. And just to make it a little more visible, with my boxes, I'm going to go ahead and make it red. So those are the steps. Now you need to keep reading what's below this video and follow those steps. There is an assignment for you to do. Not a true assignment, but there's work for you to do. Follow those instructions. Thank you.